Today I'm going to show you how to draft a response to the legal terms in a tender in only a couple of minutes using ContractProbe. I'll be using as an example a recent RFT issued by the Commonwealth. The end goal is to present a table in the format that complies with the request for tender as shown here. The first step is to upload this contract and use ContractProbe to review it. It is a services agreement and I want to review it on behalf of the supplier. A lot of information is given here, but I'm going to skip straight to the steps to prepare the tender response. You can see that ContractProbe has identified 39 issues with the draft contract. 2 are regarded as high risk and 33 as medium risk. We have to step back for a moment and remember that we are in a tender situation here. So you don't want to overload the response, as you may well be marked down by the Commonwealth in its evaluation of your tender. With that in mind, it is easiest to start with a clean slate and only raise those issues that are of most importance to you. So I will start by removing all points from the report and choosing only those few issues you want to be included. An experienced lawyer will know at a glance which points she wants to raise. For today's demonstration, I'm therefore going to raise quickly the relevant points without discussing their implication. Let's look at the high-risk issues. The first high-risk issue identifies that the force majeure clause doesn't cover pandemics. We'll add this to the report. The second high-risk issue is about indemnities. ContractProbe will always call out issues with indemnities. However, in this case, their drafting is acceptable, so we will leave it out. Obviously, you would need to make the call if it is an acceptable risk for your own internal corporate risk policies. Looking at the medium risk issue, let's start at the undesirable clauses, because that's where there are more problems with the contract. Given the COVID-19 pandemic, it is always good to review force majeure issues carefully, so I'm going to raise these 3 force majeure issues by adding them to the report. There is an unfair clause that limits the contractor's rights under proportionate liability legislation. Let's add this to the report. There is a clause that requires you to rectify a defect within 24 hours. It's best to negotiate this now, so let's add that to the report. Let's go back and quickly look at the missing clauses identified in the contract. There is no clause limiting the contractor's liability for breach of warranties that are implied by law. This is an important risk allocation issue, so we will add it to the report. The low-risk issues were not of concern in this tender. Having gone through the issues, we want to receive a report that captures them in the correct format. We select the departures table. ContractProbe has bundled all the various issues together with the draft wording where that is appropriate and put it into the departures table, which you can now put into the same RFT response format that was required. The Commonwealth has not asked for existing text, so let's just delete that column to make it comply. We can do this easily as it is a standard Word document. You are on your own computer when you do this, so we just delete the entire column. You have the Commonwealth's required format. It just needs you to top and tail it, and then it is ready to be submitted. If you wish to minimise risk and save time and money responding to your next tender, then contact us at support@contractprobe.com.